And congratulations to Jon Rahm, the new Masters champion, green jacket. It was a well fought final round. It was crazy, so much fucking weather delays in the Masters this year. And I kind of knew it. I mentioned this. It's very difficult to lead from round one all the way to round four. So Brooks Koepka, he gave his shot. He did the best he could. I believe he ended up tied for second with actually Phil Mickelson. So they were -8, and I believe that John was at -12. He ended up winning the championship. Brooks, look at this. He was bitching and whining at the end of the tournament. Once again, it's never a good look when you have the fucking bitch and whine about the slow, play of the game. I understand, man. We all golf is like, fuck. when somebody in front of you is just slow playing, but you just got to deal with it because he has to understand. Jon Rahm has to do the same thing. He has to play, he was his playing partner in the final round, and you can't sit there and bitch, of how slow the play was and everything because your counterpart is doing the same thing, and he fucking did fine. He shot a 69 at the end there. So it's one of those things. I mean, as a golfer, I understand, but you got to overcome that. You can't let little shit like that bug you. And the thing was, I think Brooks kind of let that, bug him. He shot like a 75. And like I said, it's very difficult at the Masters at Augusta to be able to put 4 amazing rounds together. So I had a feeling it's one of those things where he was going to struggle one of these days. Because I think he, throughout the whole weekend, Brooks Koepka played really well. I think he shot pretty much under par all the game, except for maybe the last 2 days. So the last 2 rounds, so it was difficult on that. Nice to see lefty Phil Mickelson. I think he shot like a 65 on the last day, and he was making a run. So, it's one of those things where I just felt like Jon Rahm, he was due for the win. He was striking the ball very well, and he was putting very well. So it's once you can put those two things together, you're going to win the tournament. And I think he did, and he did really well, finishing off the tournament and winning the Masters green jacket. And, it's kind of funny, though. A lot of people are making it a Live Tour versus PGA Tour. And I think Live players prove that they can hang up there. I think Brooks did very well. Obviously, Phil Mickelson did very well, and even Patrick Reed did very well. So, everybody was saying how the PGA Tour has the best fucking players in the world. I think both tours have the best players in the world. So, Live Tour can definitely say they got some definitely guys who can hang up there with the best players. So, like I said, it was a quick weekend. I guess a kind of a quick weekend in regards to the Masters, but I felt like it was quick, but a lot of people probably felt like it was long because of all the weather delays. And my pick was Mr. freaking Jason Day. Man, I fucking bombed that one. So that's why I say disclaimer, don't bet what I bet. I picked Jason Day after that first round. I really thought he was going to make a run, and he struggled. He struggled mightily the last couple rounds, and made me look like a fool. Go figure. Like I said, it's gambling, guys. You never know. And that's why I didn't bet on the fucking Masters, because you just never know what's going to end up happening, who's going to end up winning. And with the weather delays and all that stuff, and, you just never know. So, like I said, shout out to Jon Rahm for winning the first major of the season. I think it's going to be parity. Golf has a lot of parity. I don't think you're going to ever see multiple winners of, multiple majors this year. At least I feel that way. I think there's so much talent in the professional golf scene. There's going to be new people who are going to win all the time. I think Rory's going to be up there. He's going to win some. Even Brooks now, he's coming back. He may win a major. I just think there's so many different players that are really talented. And I don't think, even Scotty Scheffler, he did really well the past couple of years, but he didn't even showcase this year. So, or at least in the Masters. So, like I just said, I think it's going to be multiple winners of majors this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. So that's your Masters, your PGA, your Live Tour update. Like I said, congrats to Jon Rahm. And I can't wait to see how the rest of the year turns out for the golf tour. You guys like this shit? Subscribe.